Okay, so Sam, I don't know if you were watching the stream when I took the call, but I got everything confirmed. I'm going to BlizzCon.
I saw that, and then we're
I'm
gonna go watch some
s-
StarCraft. I bet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the main reason I'm going is for WCS. The rest is going to be awesome, don't get me wrong, but I haven't
The
fired
rest
up
is pretty
Diablo.
crappy unless you're a Warcraft fan.
Oh, I figured they'd have some Diablo stuff. I haven't been on Warcraft since college. All right, waiting for one more to jump in here, and then you guys can take it away.
Well, it's nice to see that this game doesn't include me. So, what with the spoiler thing.
Well, I gotta say thank you to that R. Leon guy or Bubble Convolute. That top hat, it's really good. I enjoy wearing it. So I guess I'll start because Soproni totally left. Up in the top right, we got spawning in the green trunks. This guy by the name of Gorgatron, who, if I think is correct, is that Bubble Convolute guy?
No, this is something beginning with S. Slightly awkward.
Oh,
Snorlax,
is
boys.
it Snorlax?
Yeah, it's Snorlax.
Tell you what, why don't I just correct myself by saying in the bottom left, it's actually red and it's Soproni.
And in the top right, we have the green Protoss player, and it is Snorlax.
Snorlax. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and remember that for this fight.
Yeah, there was a few moments in the first games with Snorlax how he was just like alternating between calling him by his actual name in game and just the Protoss player. So
Why is it that people never really match their names inside game and outside game?
I know, why can't everyone just just be like that and make everything so much easier?
Says the
Man,
Kappa barcode.
everybody
What?
should just be a barcode anyway.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
Anyway, we have
wrong.
a game going on of some Overlord scouting. It's pretty awesome. I like Overlords.
Yeah, they're quite peculiar looking creatures, but
I,
we have
why
the.
do why do people use that alternate skin for them?
I don't know. I use the skin. It looks pretty.
Man, it looks like a flying heart. Who
It,
does
do-
that?
it looks quite Chernobyl-like. Anyway, we have the gas coming down for Soproni with the pool.
Right? Are you thinking Ling speed there?
No, I'm thinking the Roach build that he's done in a couple of games
I
so
haven't seen
far.
any of his games before, so I'll go with the roaches then.
If you were watching the games earlier with Monkey, Monkey does the same Roach build as Soproni, so the rush with like I think it was like 6 to 8 roaches, just killing what you can basically, and we have the double gas and the Zealot finishing up for Gorgatron.
For Snorlax, yeah, I was gonna comment that two gas real quick. I'm interested to see what he does with that.
Normally points towards a macro game. You don't normally see much before the 7 minute mark when a Protoss takes 2 gases.
Well, I do see that Roach Warren that he just tossed down.
Yep, and it's I think by now it's like definitely going to be that Roach build. So it'll be interesting to see how much damage he actually gets done with it.
Do you think we're gonna see another proxy hatch like the Queen T games?
I should hope so. Proxy hatches are great, man. Great fun.
I hate proxy hatches. Well, if they're at a base specifically, because the creep takes forever to get reduced, and to build off that, I hate it. Unless you're Zerg, but I play as random, so whatever comes my way.
The ballsy random player. Nice.
Well, what can I say? I want to be better at every race. Plus, you get those whole points towards the achievements. So the first roaches are leaving their base.
Yep, and it is that timing we were talking about with the 6 roaches. He's making another 2 behind it. So yeah, it's going to be going up to 8 roaches. His injects are on par. He's going to be moving in with them, seeing how much damage he can actually get done.
Ooh, and that first blood leads to a supply block as well.
Yeah, it's never nice to get supply block this early in the game, and there's actually a Stalker chasing another Overlord here, so it could actually be increased.
I don't think so. I think those roaches will be able to save it.
Yeah, should be able to. Oh, one more
Wow,
hit.
that took a lot more damage than it should have.
Could have went for the extra hit there, but saves the
Could have.
Stalker instead. So the Photon Overcharge will be ready soon.
Right.
Protoss needs to survive here. There's a Void Ray coming out for Snorlax here. He's going to lose this pylon powering the Stargate though. That's pretty bad, so he's not going to have his Void Ray. But the Mothership Core is going to slowly deal with this, and Photon Overcharge is ready so soon, so he just needs to hold on and not lose any workers here. He needs to just micro the best he can with his workers and try and save as many as he can. And he should be in a good position if he holds it.
I definitely like the Overlord scouting that Soproni's doing right now. Sending his Overlords all over the place just to make sure he doesn't have a hidden base anywhere.
Yeah, he has great Overlord positioning, but he wants to be really careful, like make sure he gets them back in on time for the Void Rays popping out and Stalkers moving out on the map. Just have them on high ground locations, hidden away basically. Otherwise it could lead to like huge supply blocks.
Well, he's held, but he's down
Yep.
by 5 workers at this point.
Yep. And he's moving across the map again. Soproni that is, with even more roaches, so he's gonna see what he can do with this.
Right, but what has he got to hold right now? He'll have a second Void Raid sometime soon, but I don't know.
At this
He
point,
might lose a lot more workers.
if you're in Soproni's position here, I think you should just go all into the mineral line and kill as much as you can, because look at Soproni's position here. He has the layer on the way. He has his natural almost complete. He everything's going right for him. So if he just kills as many workers as he can, and he's just idle in the base at the minute. I don't know what.
Well, I'm slightly concerned. Actually, he tossed down some Spore Crawlers. That's gonna help relieve the pressure back at this base if that Void Ray keeps pushing. But he does go for the mineral line.
Yeah, and he's just going to try and kill as many workers as he can here, which is the right thing to do.
And he gets a lot of kills there. It's paying off, but he is still way behind on drones.
Yeah, it's due to the fact that he's not behind on drones. He's not where he should be, in the current game.
Right, that's what I meant. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, he's ahead in the drone count, but I totally expected a lot more. But he's been making a lot of roaches. He's been putting on a lot of pressure.
Yep, and his expander's up now, so he's going to start droning that up. And he needs to make more queens because he knows that he's against a Stargate. And basically, if you make queens, like the Void Race just can't do anything, and you just be as greedy as you want behind it, as long as you have the queens for the defense.
Well, he's definitely got a second queen out. He's pushing out a third. He's got the spores down to prevent anything on his base, but yeah, he definitely needs to be building some anti-air of some sort.
Yeah, and we can see there's another queen in production on the main, but for the natural, you can't see the sign of any other queen. No, 2 queens beat 1 Void Ray with correct micros, so he just needs to, as long as he has the right amount of queens, he should be able to deal with it. He's going to lose the Roach Warren, so that's annoying. He's going to have to rebuild that at some point. And
but there's not much that roaches would even be good against on the map right now.
Yeah, but if he was going for like a late game, like Roach Hydra composition, then obviously he's going to want to rebuild his Roach Warren. But right now, it's just pure Stargate units for Snorlax.
Do you think if he focused down 1 Void Ray at a time there, he would have been able to save his spawning pool? Maybe even killed both Void Rays?
He had a transfuse available for the spawning pool as well, so definitely, yeah. And he has Hydralisks available. I'm not sure when he's going to start producing them. He could put workers back into gas now and just start producing Hydralisks and prepare to move across the map with just a Hydralisk force, because there's not much out right now for the Protoss player.
Nope, but all those Overlord scouts got definitely killed off there while the Void Rays were going around.
Yeah, and that's what Snorlax did in the previous game. Flew around the map, tried to pick off like all the excess Overlords he could, and it really helps out a lot because their overlords you just don't want to be reproducing.
Well, he's definitely going Mass Void Ray. There's there's no question about that.
Yeah, indeed.
If he's building Hydralisk, he definitely there's that creep tumor. Excellent. I'd love to see that start.
Yeah, can get the creep spread started. He can take this fight any day of the week. He has the queens, he has the hydras, and he can easily clean this up here with the queens. Could have, yeah, he had one transfuse available. He could have saved the hydra there if he wanted. And yeah, he's just constant drone production, which is like the right thing to do if he's not going to want to go for the killing blow yet. And he needs to start thinking about taking a third, which he's doing. It's a bit late, but it's fine. He has the drones ready to transfer to it from his main.
I'm surprised that he just keeps pumping out Void Rays, and he hasn't even expanded yet. That Snoralax guy, he's pretty lazy right now.
Yeah,
but there is a third base going up for Soproni. I guess
so
fourth, sorry.
Fourth also. So he's gonna double
Wow.
expand here. It's not a bad choice to make, but he needs to move out. Be ready to move out, and he needs to get that creep spread. He's going to get the council on the third here, and that's due to the fact there was no creep spread. And the creep could easily be there by now, and he would have been able to defend that quite easily and keep his third alive.
Right, but he had to use a lot of his energy into transfuses to keep those overlords up still.
Yeah, he's only transfused one overlord though, and he has plenty of energy he has multiple queens, so I don't think spreading creep would have been an issue.
Not at this point, no.
He's going to clean up this now. No, the move command on the queens, that was pretty sketchy, but yeah, they all live. The Hydralisk.
Ooh, is he gonna find the fourth as they retreat? No, they stop at the third. I was hoping he would regroup in the corner. It's something I would have done as a Terran. I would have regrouped with Medivacs and gone for another drop, but guess what? Void Rays can't drop.
Yep, and he's got more Void Rays moving across the map right now. Another 2 Void Rays to meet up with the ones he already has. Soproni's making Hydralisks, which is the right thing to do. But he should really be thinking about getting that third base up. Even though he has the fourth in the position, it's not mining. He isn't making drones for that base, and he can't really do a transfer because it'll be scouted. So right now, he really needs to think about the creep spread and getting that actual third base up. He has
Absolutely.
the Hydralisk to support the defense now, and I'm not sure if he's seen the expansion. He hasn't seen the expansion, so as much as yeah, he's ahead, he should be more ahead. He should have the third up, and he should be having an overlord flying around the natural to make sure he knows the timing of that base.
I feel like we're picking on him a lot because there's not much we can say about Gorgatron there. He's got a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah, all the action's really on his side of the map, and there's not much that Gorgatron is there's not much that's happening on his side of the map, should I say.
Sure there is. There's a photon cannon that he put down. Oh, and he's queuing up another 2
more.
Oh boy.
He really loves his cannons in his Void Race. Seen that in previous games as well.
Does he have any other keys on his keyboard? Do you know?
Let me check. No, he has his Stargate hotkeyed and the Nexus is hotkeyed. And I think the Void Rays come down to the good old F2A move.
Well, thank you for picking up that lame joke. I'm sure everybody right now is probably laughing, maybe chuckling a bit, but boy, I'm glad that we're still looking at Void Rays and Queens. That Hydralisk count is getting outrageous.
Yeah, and there's no answer to this.
Oh, the fourth is just... Oh, that's going to be picked off right quick.
It's paid for itself already, though, I think, with the drones that are mining on it, so... What he should do now, he hasn't even, gone to attack it yet for some reason.
I'm just looking at these Void Rays. These are the most patient Void Rays ever.
Yeah.
But
okay, so
that's alright.
It's going to pick it off now anyway. And yeah, the base paid for itself, so it's not a huge loss. But Soproni's moving out with his queens, and this is the right thing to do. He has the energy for transfuses. But he needs to bring a drone out with him, take that third base. And yeah, the Void Rays are all dead now.
Yeah, it got
At this
up.
point, Soproni can just move across the map and end the game. It's 100 supply to 46. There's no way that Gorgatron can hold this push.
Well, I don't
Really?
know. Those photon cannons have Protoss shields level 1. They might be able to do something.
Yeah, it's. But if you look at it, it's 16 Hydralisks and 3 cannons with another 2 in production. So I really think this is the end of the game. I don't see how
Yeah, I don't see
he can
anything
stay in
that
it. Oh, he
can
has
save
a
him.
bit of an awful A move there. But, I mean, move command there, but he does correct it and only loses a couple of Hydralisks. So he's going to back out because of the photon overcharge. He could have maybe just waits now for the time warp and then moves up into the main. Not quite sure what he's going to do.
Gorgatron definitely needs a lot more production. He just finished his second Stargate there.
Yeah. I think here, with these queens meeting up with the rest of the army on the other side of the map, he's just going to be able to move into the base and end the
That's
game.
a lot of
pretty much.
photon cannons, so he's got to push now while they're still building, and he does.
He knows, he sees them, so he's just going to pick off
where-
one.
where's he
He'll probably
going?
go. He was checking the third, I think. So he's photon overcharges up now, so this should be the point that he's moving in. Instead, he's just going to stay outside. I'm not quite sure, but he should move in now.
Well, he is expanding behind this, so if this push doesn't win, he still has a lot going for him.
If it doesn't win, the next one will, I think. But he has so much now. It's 132 supply to 64, and I think I think it's like one of them moments where you're not sure. Do you have enough to kill your opponent? Will you be throwing the game if you attack? And I think at this point in the game, he could really like just A move and he could win.
I think he could also
transfuses.
use a few Zerglings in that army, though, to soak up the hits from the photon cannons.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be great
roaches
as well.
are really good, but they're easy, cheap meat shields that he could have thrown into that wall and just pushed a lot easier.
And
But the
he
Void
hasn't
Rays are
actually
going
got
across the
Zergling
map.
speed either yet. So yeah, the Void Race. I think they're probably just gonna go for a snipe on the third, and as soon as he sees the Void Rays at the third, he's gonna move in. I think to Gorgatron's base. And no, he's moving in now. This is the right move to do.
Yep.
And yeah, he's just gonna go for a base trade here, which by the time he got back, the Void Race would have done like too much damage. He wouldn't have been able to save that base at all. So this is the
I don't
best
know.
decision to move in.
He lost a lot of Hydralis pretty silly on that engagement. I think he was too busy looking at his third die.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he had his Hydralis on a pylon, and they just got shredded.
Yeah, he has a lot of units still there in the base of Gorgatron, and there's just not really a way that Gorgatron can hold on to this. He has transfuses available with the queens here. He's basically, he should kill the natural and then back off to maybe his main with some of the Hydras. And
Man,
with the
he
fresh
hated
Hydra,
those bricks.
with the Hydras, he's pushing across the map with to reinforce. He could have just not had them on his hotkey and just had them back to defend, but he's just rallying them over. But it doesn't really matter because I think our Protoss players finally realised that he needs to come back and try and defend this push or he's going to be out of the game regardless.
He's got a pile of probes just sitting around because there's no minerals. This is definitely it. I would be GGing right about now.
Yep. It's definitely over, but he's going to stick it out till the end.
That is a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah, but there's transfuses available, and he missed a transfuse there, and there was a slight move command. Going for the lower Hydras, I think in this situation, going for the lower Void Rays with the Hydras is like the wrong decision, especially when you have to move with them. Just letting the AI do the work is probably the best.
You keep
best
talking
option.
about transfuses like this is Scarlet Plane, but I did not see a single transfuse during that entire fight.
Yeah, there hasn't. He's missed like I think he landed like one transfuse, but yeah.
I didn't say about that whole game. I was just talking that one fight.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about as well.
Right, but Soproni.
Oh yeah,
Demon.
chat. So okay.
Yeah. You know, he could unmute himself at any point and just have
Yeah.
said that, but, you know, he might have spoiled something.
Yeah, doesn't want that A suits, you know. The spoilers.
He's got a hidden expansion in the top left, but that's really
That's-
BM at this point.
That's all he has going for him, and it's not gonna get him back into this game, especially when the Overlord's just sitting there staring at it. It's quite ironic.
He's been there the entire game. It's a really nice spot. He's got that pool with the flowers right beside it. Man, I think that's really one of the best spots in the map to look at. I'm trying to look all around. The fourth base is pretty, but no, I think that's definitely it.
Yep.
The Hydras, the Roaches, they see this.
Yep, and we have. He's just going to move over now and take out that base. And as soon as he arrives there, I can see Snorlax leaving instantly. Just
Very
wants
likely.
to stick it out to the end, though, I think.
On the other side of the map, Soproni is definitely mined out as first. His primary, whatever you guys want to call that.
Yep, his main, and the third base is also in production again, and he's backing off again here, just prolonging this game even longer. Just wants to be safe, but he could throw away the units at this point and just rebuild. There's no way that Gorgatron's going to be able to rebuild enough before the reinforcements get there to deal with the next attack anyway. He's on 15 supply to 91, and at this point he should have.
And he doesn't have a bank to back him up either.
Yep.
But that is a lot of gas for our Zerg player.
Yep. I think that's one of the problems, the main mistake, should I say, that people make, and that's you can pull workers out of your gas whenever you want, and some players just forget to do that, and it can really help a lot if you have the minerals. And you can. It's not like, oh, I have to take my workers out of gas. I've got too many minerals; they can't go back in later. You know, it's little things like taking workers out of gas to get the extra minerals, so you can just keep spending that bank. Really helps a lot.
Right. I'm also looking at his units now. He only had ranged level 1 upgrade, and he has 2 Evo chambers. What is that?
Yeah, forgot the upgrades. Obviously.
No, I think when those finished, it was right when I started losing my third, and I was expecting to lose those Evo chambers, so I never started the upgrade.
Right. Good point.
I appreciate on the stream the pause on that Nexus as it's exploding. That's because everybody had left. Love that shot. So, Soproni, can you spoil the next match for us?
I could.
Oh wow.
I'm taking that silence as a no, so we're gonna have to go into this one blind. We're gonna see this for the first time. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win. I'm gonna put 50 part 2s on Soproni.
A whole 50.
Wow.
Big numbers out there.
I'm so touched by your confidence. How many did you put on Kane?
I wanted to put 8,000, but I could only put 5,000.
I
And I only made
boxers today.
500.
Yeah, I put in like 2 and I got 200 from it. I was like, that's ridiculous.
All right, spawning bottom left in the red. I think his name is Soproni because he's playing Zerg again. The other guy was playing Protoss. It is SoproniDemon.
Man, you're so enthusiastic. It's brilliant.
The crowd goes wild.
Indeed. And in the bottom right of the map, looks like he's going to go for some sort of proxy. It's Gorgatron, aka Snorlax.
Wow, that enthusiasm.
I can't shout. It's almost 6 a.m. You know.
People can wake up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, okay. That's true, but, you know. Should we not have an argument about people's sleeping schedules right now?
Do you want to? I mean, it is only 10:45 where I am. Right, meow.
Meow.
Thank you, Soproni. Thank you. So yeah, it's not 6 a.m. I can yell, I can shout. Nobody's gonna wake up. I'm awake. I can wake you up. I can wake our crowd up, except for Partoof. That
Yeah,
guy.
who's
He's
always
gotta be
behind the
feeling
mute, you
tired.
know. Always behind the meter. I'm guessing it's almost 7 where Partoof is. He's an hour ahead of me, so yep.
Well, 6 plus 1 is 7.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it is, you know. Not
I,
I have
I
to
don't
double
know
check that
about
on
the
the
Queen's
calculator after
math,
the
but
cast.
here in Canada, we have actual math.
Lols, Canada.
I hate you guys so hard right now. This proxy definitely hasn't paid off for Gorgatron.
Yep, he's lost out a lot by going for that, and he's still not made anything. And he's floating 500 minerals. Is he going for some sort of proxy nexus or something?
Oh,
This
pylon
is
goes
really
down.
okay. This is a different game. I've not seen this before. This is I think
Oh, a
I've
second
seen.
pylon. And a gas.
Yeah, we're back at this point where he's just investing so much.
Oh.
It doesn't make much sense. I'm
Does he
guessing
have a forge? He does not have a forge.
he's this almost feels like I'm watching some sort of troll game. Not to be mean, but we'll see what he does here. He's probably gonna drop a forge. Yeah, he dropped the gateway at home, so he didn't even drop the forge. It's quite interesting. Okay,
There's some
now he's
Zerglings out now. Just needs to kill off that probe and then go for the gateway. Yeah, there's that first blood everybody loves.
and he's gonna clean all of this up, and there's just
Not
a
even
lot
a
of,
cancel on that assimilator.
and there's a lot of that Snorlax is just blew into that, and it's all wasted minerals. Could have had its own
Yeah.
expansion, could have been chrono boosting workers, still has full chrono boost available. He's not producing workers.
Yeah, no. I wonder if it would be worthwhile to send even a few Zerglings to go scout and try and do some counter pressure. Because it's not like he could use these buildings that are across the map right now.
I think right now sending the Zerglings across the map and just being able to end the game is probably what's realistic in this situation, should I say.
Well, I wasn't looking at ending the game, naturally, but he could do a lot of damage. He could find out what is actually following this up.
Yeah.
He's got an overlord that tells him nothing.
Yep.
There's another probe putting a pylon down in front, though.
Yeah.
This game is so weird.
I think this is like some sort of contain he's gonna try. I'm really not quite sure.
But you can't really contain from the low ground. The Zerg will just build siege tanks and... Please just get the joke. Please just get it.
I'm just looking at Bobble Canova, okay, in chat. I think Snorlax started with the drinking a bit early.
That's very true.
And
Oh, he's
I'm really
loves those
trying my
cannons.
hardest not to insult like anyone here. Or
Oh man, what are we
I
watching? Is
just
this
think
StarCraft?
I just feel
or-
like I'm watching an episode of Bronze League Heroes, and I'm not trying to be mean, but
Do we even know what league Gorgatron's in?
Silver, I think.
Okay, and Soproni is in what? Grandmasters?
Yes!
Oh,
You can tell by my droning.
Soproni is in the Platinum League.
What are you
of
doing
the
with
game.
your things? These are. What is this game?
He's going to kill the Nexus that isn't there.
Those better become banelings. Does he have a baneling nest at all? No, he does not.
I was
Why
so
are they sitting there?
confused at this point of the game. I was like, where is his expansion? I figured he was up in the top. I was like, I don't even know right now.
He's on
You
a
could
level
go in for
supply.
that pylon.
I see that now.
Okay, I have one question, okay? So we're 8
So-
minutes into this game, right?
Here's my
Um,
counter. Because I thought he was all over the map.
Okay, so you thought he's hiding shit, basically.
Yes, I didn't know about the cannons at my base yet.
Okay, great. So I'm looking at the clock in the game now, and we're 8 minutes in. Hashtag no spoilers. There's quite a bit of time left, so it'll be interesting to see how the game, you know,
I like that knee-jerk
Continues.
reaction of putting all those spore crawlers down, knowing that he loves his void rays.
That is exactly right. I figured there was a proxy gate.
Double proxy gate somewhere, like double proxy Stargate.
That was honestly what I was thinking at this point. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got a proxy gate. He's not even saturated on his main, so his second is elsewhere, fully saturated. And so then I was just waiting here for him to take his third and going to try to harass that.
I love this pro move from Gorgatron. He sends his Zealot out to go find where those lings went. Epic. And he kites him back into cannon range, but nothing happens.
I do have a question. Did I just do it again with the spoilers, or am I being trolled in chat? Please.
You technically did spoil it because we are going to be sitting here watching this really slow game.
Knowing that we've got to endure it for just a bit longer.
Toof, you could probably put it at 2 speed.
There's some cannons that are being put down in the Zerg's base.
I think putting it at 2 speed just BM for Snorlax.
Oh, okay. I don't mean.
What? I don't think there's a need to apologize, to be honest.
I feel like I'm gonna win this 50 part 2 bet.
The whole 50.
Well, hashtag no spoilers.
Well, I mean, you've already cleaned up a lot of minerals worth of nothing. I'm looking back at Gorgatron's base. How many probes does he have? 9? Wow.
And one's at my base.
Well, I do
Wow.
I do think it's safe to say that everyone in the stream chat knows the true spoilers here, and
That Ben can't be trusted.
yeah, I can't be trusted. But yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Bubble
What
Knievel.
is this?
Okay,
Is
I
this a
probably
Monday
didn't.
Monday?
I probably didn't need the 1/1 upgrades for my double spire behind this in hindsight.
Well, you really could just take a Muta to his base and wreck him.
No, 2 cannons.
But
I
you
would
just
be-
have to stay outside of the reach of the cannons. And there's
Yeah, you're
technically
right.
3.
I could take down the Nexus.
Or you could move command all your workers into the cannons at the bottom of your ramp and give him a chance.
Well, this game does go on for another 8 hours. Oh shit, did I spoil that now? I really hope you guys know I'm hashtag capping HD.
Hashtag nose. Okay, so did you watch this replay after you played the game, Ben? Yeah, because I was quite curious to how he won it.
Everyone. I was like just silent on stream. I was like, this isn't real, right? Is this dry British humor I don't understand?
What is with your mutas? There are 2 shooting the Nexus just as I wanted, but now you run away?
Well, I'm still working on my macro. I'm going Nidus, baby.
Wow. What are you gonna put in that Nidus? A whole bunch of nothing?
A couple roaches and a queen.
A couple roaches. There's 2, 4, 6. Hold on, let me do English math. 7 roaches.
What's
8.
Canadian math?
What's the difference?
Have
People
you-
breaking into your parliament and just going on a mad one with guns.
Oh.
What do guns have to do with math?